The mystery of the green bicycle. On a quiet summer evening in July 1919, the peaceful town of Leicester, England, was shaken by a shocking crime. A young woman named Bella Wright was found dead on a lonely country lane. Her lifeless body lay beside her bicycle, her face marred by a single gunshot wound. There were no witnesses, no sounds of a struggle, only the eerie silence of the countryside. Bella, a 21-year-old factory worker, was known for her kind nature and strong work ethic. She had left her home that evening to visit her uncle, a routine trip that should have ended uneventfully. Instead, it became the last journey of her life. Who was the mysterious man Bella met that night? And why was she killed so ruthlessly? Earlier that day, Bella had been seen in the company of a man riding a distinctive green bicycle. Villagers recalled seeing the pair together, the man described as well-dressed, seemingly respectable, but a stranger to the area. He had approached Bella while she was tending to a problem with her bicycle and offered assistance. The two were later spotted cycling together, appearing engaged in conversation. No one thought much of it at the time. Police Car Light. If you're enjoying this mystery, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video for more gripping true crime stories. Police Car Light. When Bella failed to return home that night, her family grew worried. Their worst fears were realized and a passing farmer discovered her lifeless body by the roadside. The police were called, and an investigation began immediately. There was no sign of robbery, no clear motive, and no witnesses who had seen the actual shooting. The only clue was the mention of the mysterious man on the green bicycle. With no motive and no witnesses, could this have been a crime of opportunity? Or was Bella targeted by someone she knew? For weeks, the case baffled investigators. With no solid leads, the trail seemed to grow cold, until an astonishing discovery changed everything. A dismantled green bicycle was found submerged in a canal. The bike had been carefully taken apart, its frame broken into separate pieces, as though someone was deliberately trying to hide it. Investigators painstakingly reassembled the pieces, and forensic examination linked the bicycle to a man named Ronald Light, a quiet and unassuming schoolteacher with no prior criminal record. Was Ronald Light a cold-blooded killer, or just an unfortunate man caught in a web of suspicion? When police questioned Light, he appeared nervous but insisted he was innocent. He admitted to having met Bella that evening and riding with her for a time, but he denied any involvement in her death. He claimed he had left her unharmed and had continued on his way. However, inconsistencies in his story began to emerge. Witnesses recalled seeing a man matching Light's description near the scene of the crime at a suspiciously late hour. Furthermore, Light had gone to great lengths to dispose of his bicycle, an act that seemed unnecessary unless he had something to hide. Police Car Light love true crime stories. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Police Car Light. Ballistic tests revealed an even more damning piece of evidence. The bullet that killed Bella Wright matched the caliber of a revolver that Light had once owned. Though the gun itself was never recovered, this forensic link raised serious questions. Why would an innocent man go to such great lengths to cover his tracks? Despite these findings, the trial that followed was far from straightforward. Light's defense painted him as a nervous and socially awkward man who had panicked after realizing he was a suspect. They argued that his disposal of the bicycle was not an admission of guilt but rather an irrational act of fear. His legal team also emphasized the lack of direct evidence placing him at the scene of the crime at the exact moment of Bella's death. Would the jury believe Light's story, or would they see through his nervous demeanor? The courtroom was packed with spectators eager to hear the fate of the man accused of one of England's most mysterious murders. After hours of deliberation, the jury returned an astonishing verdict: not guilty. Light walked free, leaving many to question whether justice had been served. Police Car Light. If you want more unsolved crime stories, hit the like button and share this with others who love true crime. Police Car Light. More than a century later, theories continue to swirl around the case. Some believe Light was a cold-blooded killer who escaped justice due to a lack of definitive evidence. Others argue that the true murderer was never found, and that Light was simply an unlucky man who had crossed paths with Bella on the wrong night. Without a confession or new evidence, the truth may never be known. Was justice truly served, or did a murderer slip through the cracks? The mystery of the green bicycle remains one of England's most chilling unsolved cases. To this day, historians, criminologists, and amateur detectives continue to examine the case, hoping to uncover the truth behind the tragic death of Bella Wright. Was it a crime of passion, an accident, or the work of a calculating murderer who slipped through the cracks of justice? The answers remain buried in the past, waiting to be uncovered. Police Carlight, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more gripping true crime stories.